Hello everyone. So in this video we are discussing the paper October-November paper 2024. I am going to discuss the solutions of this paper. Okay. So let's start with the first question. You can go through the instructions. The first question, the question which will be very easy. I'll go very fast. Write 70 as the product of its prime factors. So you know how to write the prime factors. 70. This is if I divide by 2. This is 35, right? And 35 you can bring this is 7 into 5. So what is the answer? This is 2 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 5. Easy question, right? Now, what is the highest common factor of 70 and 112? So there are different ways to write the highest common factor. One way is you can factorize and write, or otherwise you can use you can write the factors of 70 and 112, and then accordingly you can write the highest common factor. So we have already written what is 70. 70 is equal to 2, 7 and 5. Now we can easily also write 112. Now what is 112? I'll just write the prime factors of 112 also. So you can see if I divide by 2, this will become 56. And 56 is 8 into 7. So what is 8 is 2 cube. So basically this is 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. That is 8. This is 2 into 7. So what is this? 2 raised to 4 multiplied with 7. Now for highest common factor for HCF of 70 and 112, we will take what is common between them. The common value which are there is 7 and 1 2 is common here, right? So this is 2 into 7 which is equal to 14. So what is the answer? This is equal to 14. That is the highest common factor. For highest common factor we take the common value. Now what is LCM? That is lowest common multiple. So for common multiple what we can do is, so you have to write the LCM of, you see, you have to write the LCM of 70 into x raised to 4 y raised to 2 and 112 x raised to 3 y raised to 5. So for LCM, what is LCM of 70 and 112? First, we have to write this. Okay. So what is the LCM of 70 and 112? So now in the previous part, we have already written the prime factorization. So what is the LCM? For LCM, we will take the all the prime numbers and their highest power. So what is prime number here? 2. 2 is present in both. So we'll take the highest power, which is 2 raised to 4. Then 7, that is into 7 into 5, right? Into 5. So what is this? This is equal to, you can see this is 16 into 7 into 5. What is 16? 16 into 5 is 80 and this is 7. This is 560. So this is LCM of these numbers is 560. Okay. Now x raised to 4 into y raised to 2 and x raised to 3 y raised to 5. Now what is the LCM of these two? So same logic which we applied here, we will take the highest power of x. What is this? X raised to 4. And what is the highest power of y? This is y raised to 5. So now what is the answer? Answer, you can say this LCM, final answer, LCM of these two. These two will be equal to 560 x raised to 4 y raised to 5, which is a correct answer. Yes, I have the answer key also. So I'm just verifying the answer key. You can download the answer key from the websites. Okay. So this one is easy. Now the next one. What is the next question? What simplify a raised to 4 upon a raised to 4? We can clearly say this is a raised to 4 divided by 12 divided by a raised to 4, which is a raised to 12 minus 4. We know the properties of exponent, the indices, the powers. If we have same base, the power will we will take the difference of these two. So this is a raised to 8. So this is a power 8. Now what is this? You can clearly see this is 5b c upon 2b and 220. Now this is a common factor of b which we can cancel, and I can cancel a common factor of 5 here, which is 4. So this is c upon what is remaining by 8. So what is the answer? This is c by 8. Now this one is easy. You have to just solve this equation. You can clearly see I can remove this 4 by subtracting 4. So this is 2x. 2x is equal to 15 minus 4. So what is this? This is equal to 11. So what is x? 11 by 2, which is 5.5. That you can write as 11 by 2 or 5.5 is also fine. Okay. Now you have to solve this equation. Now to solve this equation, again this is a linear equation which can be easily solved. I'll remove this 5. So how to remove this 5? We'll multiply 5 on both sides. So this will become 34 plus 2x. This is 34 plus 2x is equal to 5 multiplied with 4 minus x, which is 34 plus 2x is equal to 20 minus 5x. Now you can see I can collect these x term. This is 2x plus 5x. This is 20 minus 34. So what is this? This is 7x, and this is, I can subtract 20 and 34. This is minus 14. So now what is x? This is minus 14 divided by 7, which will be equal to minus 2. So what is the answer? This is minus 2. The next question says p is d plus cube root of m square. Find p when d is equal to 7 and m is equal to minus 8. So you have to just substitute the values. So what is p? This is equal to d. What is this? 7 plus cube root of m square, that is minus 8 square. So what is this? You can say this is 7 plus, this is 64. So this is cube root of 64. And we know cube root of 64, that is, we know 4 multiplied with 4 multiplied with 4 is 64. That is cube root of 64 is 4. So that is 7 plus 4, which is equal to 11. So what is the answer? This is equal to 11. Now the next part is rearrange the formula to make m the subject. You have to make m the subject. So what you have to just arrange the formula. So which is p is equal to d plus cube root of m square. So now we have to arrange this formula. So you can see here, if I have to arrange this, I can say this is p minus d is cube root of m square. Now to remove this cube root, I'll take cube, I'll do the cube of both sides. So this is p minus d cube is equal to m square. Now if I remove this square, so this will become m is equal to plus minus the square root of p minus d cube. You can see I have removed this, I have taken the square root, so this will become plus minus. So what is this? This is plus minus p minus d cube square root. Or you can say this is also can be written as p plus minus p minus d raised to 3 by 2. You can say what is square root? 1 by 2 raised to 1 by 2. So this is what you can write. You can write this answer or you can write this answer. Both are correct. Okay. So now let's move to the next question. So here the question, we have a question on transformation. On the grid, draw the image of A after reflection in the line x equal to 1. So you have to draw the image of A after reflection in the line x equal to 1. So let's draw this. So you can see here, what is the line x equal to 1? You can see this is the line x equal to 1, a vertical line like this, right? X equal to 1. Now you have to take the image of this A about this line. So now for image, we know that this point, this is on the mirror only. So this point will remain same, right? But this point will shift on this side. So how many units we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. So what is the mirror image? Like this. Wait, let me draw it again. So this will become like this. So this is the mirror image which we have to draw. So this image which we have drawn. So basically, what is this coordinate? This is minus 3 comma 3. This is the point. You can say 1 comma minus 1. And what is this point? This is 1 comma minus 3. 1 comma minus 3. So the mirror image of that will be another triangle like this. Like this. You can see this is the mirror image whose vertices are, you can say 1 comma minus 1, 1 comma minus 3 and minus 3 comma 3. So that is the answer, right? The first part. So this is the mirror image A dash. This is what we are seeing, right? Now the second image of A after an enlargement by a scale factor of half with the center 5 comma 1. Okay. So now we have to draw the image of A after an enlargement factor of 1 by with the center 1 comma 5 comma 1. Now how to approach this? So let's see, understand here. This is 5 comma 1. This is the point 5 comma 1. And we have to make a image of A with a enlargement of 1 by 2 with the center. So what you can do is, let's say if I consider this as our x-axis, this is our origin, this is point 5 comma 1. Now with respect to 5 comma 1, what is the coordinate of this? With respect to 5 comma 1, what is the coordinate of this and coordinate of this? So let's draw like this. So what I can do is I'll just erase everything here. Okay. So now the first part is done. So now the second part we are drawing. Just to understand, I'll just draw lines so it will be easy to understand. What I'm trying to say is, let's say this is, I'm assuming this is our x-axis and y-axis. Okay. You'll understand why I'm doing this. So this is, so basically this is the point, wait, this is the point 5 comma 1, correct? Now if this is the point 5 comma 1, which is origin, what is the coordinate of this? So you can see this is 1 2 3 4, 4 units on the left side and 1 2. So this is with respect to 5 comma 1, this is 4 and this is minus 2, 4 comma minus 2. With respect to 5 comma 1, what is the coordinate of this point? You can see this is 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 4 comma minus 4. And with respect to this, what is the coordinate of this? You can clearly see this is 1 2 3 4, 4 units down. So this is 0 comma minus 4 with respect to 5 comma, right? I'm considering this is as origin. Then what are the coordinates? Now we have to make a image with scale factor half. So what you can do is, just we have the vertices 4 comma minus 2, we have the vertex 4 comma minus 4 and 0 comma minus 4. Now since we have to make a scale factor of half, so just multiply everything by half. So this is 2 comma minus 1, basically everything divided by 2. So this is 2 comma minus 2 and this will become 0 comma minus 2. Now plot these points with respect to 5 comma 1, considering this as center origin. Then plot this. So 2 comma minus 1, you can clearly see 2 comma minus 1. Let me change the color. 2 comma minus 1, 1 2 and 1 minus 1. So this point will come here. This is, you can see, 1 2 and minus 1. So this point effectively moves to this. So this is our point 2 comma minus 1 with respect to this. Okay. Now 2 comma minus 2. So you can see this is 1 2 and 1 minus 2. So it will be here. And you can see what is this 0 comma minus 2. So this is 1 2. This is 0 comma minus 2. So now you just join this and this. This is, you can say, the mirror, the image about the 5 comma 1 with a scale factor of, you can see every side is reduced by half. You can see this is 2 units. So this is 1 unit. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 units. So this side you can see this is 1 unit. So this is how you can easily draw this image. Okay. Scale factor. For drawing the scale factor, you can just use this concept. Okay. Now describe fully the single transformation that maps triangle A into triangle B. So triangle A map to triangle B. What is the transformation? So what you can do is, you can use a tracing paper. So I'll just give you the answer for this. So you can just verify this. Answer for this is a rotation and this is 90-degree clockwise, and center of rotation is 2 comma 4. That you can verify with the uh, tracing paper. Okay. Now let's move to the next question. The point A and B is reflected in the line y equal to k, where k is an integer and b is less than k. Write the coordinates of the image of the point A comma B in terms of ABK. So now, how will you approach this question? So see here again. Let's draw some. Let's say this is our just a random x-axis and y-axis. Okay. So now see, What we are saying is, let's say a comma b is reflected in the line y equal to k is integer and b is less than k. So let's say this is somewhere a comma b. This is the point a comma b. Okay. Now let's say this is our a comma b. Okay. Now what we are saying is the point a comma b is reflected in the line y equal to k. Now we know line y equal to k is parallel to x-axis. And they are saying that b is less than k. So obviously this line will be above this point. So what you can say is this is the line y equal to k. This is the line y equal to k. This is the line y equal to k. I hope this point is also clear. Y I have drawn above. This is the line y. This is the line y is equal to k. Why above? Because this is the point 0 comma k, and you can see this is the point 0 comma b. Right? Because I've just drawn like this. Now k is greater than b, so it has to be above. This line has to be above this. Now write the coordinate of image of a comma b in terms of a, b, and k. Now we have to write the mirror image of a comma b in this line. Okay. So we know that image will be, you can see image will be, let me draw like this. Image will be something like this. I can write like this. Okay. So this is the mirror image. And we know that this distance will be equal to this distance. And this is perpendicular. So we can clearly see that x coordinate will be a. You can see the x coordinate will remain a. But how will you get y coordinate? So you can see what is this distance? This is k minus b. You can see this is k minus b. This distance is k minus b. So this distance has to be k minus b because mirror image, these two distances will be equal. Now, if this is k minus b, you can think about this. How can you get the coordinate of this? You can see this is a comma b. I have to add how much distance here. How much distance you will go above. You can see k minus b plus k minus b, which is 2k minus b. So y coordinate of this will become, y coordinate will become b, because the y coordinate of this is b, and we will add 2k minus 2b. K minus b plus k minus b. So what is this? 2k minus b. So what is the coordinate of this point? A comma 2k minus b. So what is the answer? A comma 2k minus b. This is how you can solve this. I hope this is clear. This is mirror image, so distance will be same, perpendicular distance. So x coordinate will remain same, and y coordinate I have just added k minus b plus k minus b to get this 2k minus b. So this is how we can solve this question. So I hope this is clear, right? So now the next question. So the question says, the table shows the waiting time of 120 patients in medical center, and this is the given in terms of frequency and the class interval. Calculate an estimate of mean waiting time. Now, if this is, you have to find the mean. What is the mean? This is sigma frequency corresponding value on summation of all the frequencies. This is the mean of the data when you have frequency data. But here this is given in the class interval. So what we will take is the midpoint. So what is the midpoint? I'll say this is the data which is xi, which is midpoint. So what is the midpoint? This is 5. Midpoint is 15. What is the midpoint here? This is 30, right? What is the midpoint here? This is 45, right? This is 30, this is 15. And what is this? 50, 80, 65. You can easily check what is the midpoint because you can just say this is 50 plus 80 divided by 2. This is 40 plus 50 divided by 2, and so on. So what is the mean? You will take this value and multiply with the corresponding frequency. This is 5 multiplied with 2. This is 15 multiplied with 46. 30 multiplied with 33 plus 45 multiplied with 26. 26. So this is 26. Let me write this again. 26. Okay. Plus this is 65 into 13, and this is I'll divide it by sum of all the frequencies. Now, what is the sum of all the frequencies? This is 120. You can just add these also. You will see this is equal to 120 because this is given that the data is for 120 patients, right? So this is the mean. Now we can just check this. You can use calculator and see. I'm just writing the answer. This will give you 30.875. That you can check. That is the answer, 30.875 minutes. Okay. So I hope they can do the calculations. Now let's move to the next question. The following histogram shows the information about the waiting times at different medical centers. So this is given in some frequency density. Now, first thing is always remember when the class interval is not same. Then we use class interval is not same. On the y-axis, we plot frequency density. And you can here you can see the in the bar chart also the histogram also. This is width. This class is of length 10. This class is of length 20. This is of, you can say, 20. And here this is 10, 10, and 10. So the class widths are not same. So that is why they have used the frequency density. Now the total number of patients is 90. Now for this histogram, they have mentioned that this total number of patients is 90. No patient waits for more than 80 minutes. So it is given that there is no data above 80. Complete the histogram for the patients that have a waiting time between 10 and 30 minutes. Now you have to complete this histogram. So they have given the information that this is a histogram of total 90 patients. Now, how can you complete the histogram? That means in between 10 and 30, you have to complete this bar. You have to complete this rectangle. Correct? For that, you need to have the height. Now we know that is frequency density. Frequency density is equal to frequency upon the class width. Right. Now here you can see, and you must be knowing that the area of each rectangle in the histogram will be equal to the total frequency. And you can clearly see from this also, because what is frequency? This is the width into frequency density. So this is width, that is this is 10. And what is the frequency density? You can see this is what, this is 1.2, 1.3. Sorry, this is 1.1, 1.2, this is 1.3. So this is 1.3, 1.4, 1.5. Yes. So this is, what is the area of this? This is 1.3 into 10, which is equal to 13. So that means there will be 13 patients in this 0 to 10, which who have the waiting time basically is 0 to 10 minutes. That is the meaning of this. Now, what is the frequency density here? This is 1.5. So what is the area of this rectangle? This is 1.5 multiplied with what is the class interval, the width, this is 20. So this is, you can say, this is equal to 30, right? Similarly, what is the frequency density here? You can see for all this is same. So I can directly write this. This is zero point 0.4, I think. Yes, this is 0.4. So this is 0.4 multiplied with, I can directly say this is 30. Or you can break this 50 to 60, 60 to 70, 70 to 80. Ultimately, value same, which is equal to 12, right? So these are the frequencies in these intervals. Now, between 0 and 30, we don't know the frequency. So let's say the frequency in between 0 and 30 is f. So we can say that is f, that is frequency, this frequency plus 13 plus 30 plus 12. This should be equal to 90 because there are 90 patients. So what is the frequency here? You can say this is equal to 90 minus, what is it? This is 5. This is 55. Right? This is uh right. This is, you can say, this is equal to 30. So the frequency in this part, that is between 0 and 30, 0 and 30 frequency is 35. Now to complete the bar, to complete the histogram, you can see here, I need to find the height. Now what is the height? You can see what is the frequency density, frequency upon width. So what is the frequency density in this interval? This is, what is the frequency here? 35. And what is the width? Width is equal to, what is the width? 20. So what is this? This is equal to 1.7. 35 by 2. 1.75, right? 35 by 2, 17.5. Yes. Right. So how will you plot this? So now you can see this is 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, and this is 1.75. So what you can do is, this is 1.75. So I'm just trying to complete this. So this is how you can complete. So this is the answer. Basically, what is expected here is what is the height of this? This is 1.5. 1.7. Okay, I hope this is clear. This is 1.6, 1.7, and this is 1.75. So this is how you can solve this. Okay, so this is, if you write get this, that is the correct answer. That is 1.7. Okay, so this is now I can check the answer. Yes, so answer also says this is 1.75. Okay, so now let's move to the next part, next question. Okay, now the next question is on, you can see the percentage, ratio, and all. So let's discuss this question now. Enzo, Rashid, and Blasi each swims as many lengths of a swimming pool as they can in 15 minutes. So important thing is time taken is 15 minutes. So let's mark time is 15 minutes. The result shows the number of lengths each by each. The number of length Enzo swims as a percentage of total number of lengths all the three swims. So basically, you have to just find what is the number of length in percentage. So what is the percentage of number of length by Enzo as a percentage of total. So what is the total? Total is 11.25 plus 18.75 plus 20. And what is the Enzo? How many lengths Enzo swims? This is 11.25. So now let's calculate this. This is 11.25 divided by, so what is this? You can see this is this is 18. So 11 plus 18 plus 20. This is equal to 9 or 4, 49, and this is 150. This is 50. The sum is 50. You can check this. This is 50. Okay. And now we have to write in percentage. So this is why this is multiplied with 100. So I multiply this with 100. So now you can check this. This is 11.25 into 2. Right. So now you can check this is what? This is 22.5. 22.5%. That is the correct answer. Yes. So this one is easy. Now write the ratio of number of length each person swim in the form of Enzo is to Rashid is to Blasi, and give your answer in the simplest form. So what you can do is you have to write the ratio of the number of lengths. So this is basically 11.25. So 11.25 is to 18.75 is to 20, right? So now let's calculate this. So what is the ratio? Now to simplify this, what you can do is you can just multiply with 100. So this will become 1125 is to 1875 is to 200, 2000, right? Now common, because you have to write in the simplest form, you have to cancel the common factors. So what are the common factors? First thing you can try is 25. You can see this is divisible by 25. So just try what is 11 to 5 divided by 25. This is 45 is to 1875 is to 25, which is 75, and about 2000 divided by 25 will be 80. Right? And now again I can cancel the common factor. You can see 5 again I can cancel. This is 9, 15, and 16. Now, so what is the ratio? 9 is to 15 is to 16. 9 is to 15 is to 16 is the correct answer. Okay, so this is how you can find the simplest. So this is the first part which we have. Now the second. Now the second part you can see here. Now each length of the pool is 25 meter. Work out Blaze's average swimming speed for 15 minutes. Now, if the length of each pool is 25 meter, you have to write the average swimming speed. So what is the speed? Speed is equal to distance upon time. Distance upon time. So now, what is the distance traveled or distance covered by Blazy? Now, each pool is of 25-meter length, and Blazy covered how many lengths? Blazy 20 number of lengths, right? So this is 20, and each length is of 25 meter. So this is per, this is in meters, right? In meters. And this is the distance traveled. And what is the time? Time is 15 minutes, right? But they're asking you to write the answer in meters per second. So what you can do is you can convert this 15 minutes. So what is this? This is, I can directly convert here only. This is 25 into 20 upon what is 15 minutes in second. This is 15 into 60. You can say this is 60. This is 60. Why multiply 60? Second, because 50, 1 minute is 60 seconds. Now you can just simplify this. So you can cancel this 0. You can cancel this 3 also. And if I cancel a common factor of 5, this is 5, this is 3. So we can see this is 5 by 9 meters per minute. 5 by 9 meters per minute, or you can convert it to decimal also. So that is the correct answer, 5 by 9 meters per second. Now, second part, Rashid continues to swim the same rate. That is at the same speed he is continuing. Okay. Calculate the time it takes Rashid to swim a total distance of 5 kilometers. Give your answer in hours and minutes. Okay. So now we can see what is the speed at which Rashid is swimming. So Rashid has covered 18.75. So 18.75 speed. I am writing speed, Rashid's speed, or you can say Rashid's speed. Okay. What is the speed of Rashid's speed? This is what is the distance covered. So he has covered, you can see 25 and into 18.75 because each lap is of 25. So this is 18.75 into uh, each lap is of 25 meters, right? This is 25 meters. Okay. Upon in how many minutes he has covered this in 15 minutes, because initially this is given that they have tracked, they swam for 15 minutes, right? So this is the value. This is speed in meters per minute, right? Now this is the speed at which Rashid is swimming. So now in how much time Rashid will cover 5 kilometers. So now we have to calculate the time. So can I say speed into speed is equal to distance upon time? And now what is time? So time taken will be time taken to cover 5 kilometers. So what is the distance? 5 kilometers. So I can write this is 5 1000. Why 1000? Because kilometers I'm converting into meters, right? Upon what is the speed? Speed is this. So this is 18.75 into 25. I am just dividing by this into 15. I hope this is clear. This is in minutes, right? So now just use calculator and check, or you can directly solve this also. This is 15, say 5 into 15 into 1000 divided by 18.75 divided by 20. So this is let's check the calculation. I think there is a calculation error. What is the speed? What is the distance traveled? This is 18.75. Number of laps by Rashid is what? 18.75. And this is 25. So 18.75 into 25. That is the distance upon time. What was the time? 15 minutes. Okay. So that is correct. So this is uh 5 kilometers. So this is time is equal to distance upon time. You can see distance is 5,000 upon this time. Speed is 18.75, 25, and this is 15. So let's check the calculations again. This divided by 18.75. Okay, I forgot to divide by 25. Oh, I forgot to divide by 25. So this is actually 160 minutes. Now 160 minutes I can convert into hours and minutes. You can see this is 120 plus 40, right? So this is 2 hours and 40 minutes. So what is the answer? 2 hours and 40 minutes is the answer for this question, right? So that is, let's check this. This is 2 hours 40 minutes is the correct answer. Now the next question, the next part, that is Bracy swims for 1 hour. Number of length she swims decreases by 5% every 15 minutes. Number of length she swims in the final 15 minutes. So in the first 15 minutes, she swims how many? That is 20. 20 laps. You can see this is 20 in the first 15 minutes. So let's say this is in the first 15 minutes. Now in the next 15 minutes, she swims 5% less. Then in the next 15 minutes, again she swims 5% less. In the next 15 minutes, again she swims 5% less. So how many laps she is covering in the final 15 minutes? So this is for first 15 minutes. So you can clearly see this is if I decrease every time 5%. So this is the case of, you can say, exponential decrease. So initially it was 20, and this is, we know that is final value is equal to P naught initial 1 minus R upon 100 raised to T. I hope this is clear. So this is 1 minus 5% decrease, that is 5 by 100, and raised to how many times? So this is in the first 15 minutes, this was 20. Then it decreased by 15% in the next, decreased by 15% in the next, and decreased by 15% in the next. So there are 3 time intervals. You can see that that is 3. So this is, you can check this value. This is the final number of length in the final 15 minutes. So if you just check this, this is 20 into 1 minus 0.05 raised to 3, or this is 20 into 0.095 raised to 3. So now let's calculate this. This is 20. So this is 20 paired with 95, which is 17.14. So this is 17.1475 number of length. So if you round it, this is 17.1. Okay. So this is how you can write this question, answer this question. Okay. Now, another swimmer, Adam, swims 450 meters, correct to nearest 25 meter. This take 10 minutes, correct to nearest minute. Okay. Calculate the minimum distance Adam swims in 1 hour at this rate. Okay. So you have to calculate the minimum distance in 1 hour. Okay. So what is the distance traveled? You can say distance. This will be equal to, you can see, I can use the same formula. Distance is equal to speed into time, right? So this is distance is equal to distance is equal to, this is distance is equal to speed into time, right? So in 1 hour, the time is fixed. So basically the time is fixed. So this is 1 hour. Okay. So for this to be minimum, for minimum distance, obviously speed should be minimum. Now, what is the minimum speed? Minimum speed. That is what you have to find. So this is, see, what is the speed? This is distance upon time. So let me write d upon time. So now just observe this. If you have to write distance upon time, the minimum speed. This is speed, okay. Now for minimum speed, I can say for minimum speed, distance, that we will put the lower bound of this, lower bound, and for time we will put upper bound. I hope this point is also clear because we are dividing something. We are dividing distance upon time. So for minimum value of this expression, this should be minimum. This should be smaller and this should be greater. Time should be greater and distance should be lower bound. Now it is given that this 450 meter is nearest to 25 meter. Nearest 25 meter. So what is the lower bound of the distance? You can say lower bound of the distance will be 450 minus 25 by that is the lower bound. And what is the upper bound of time? So upper bound of time is this is 10 nearest to minute. So this is 10 plus 1 by, so this is you can see 450 minus what is this? This is 450 minus 12.5. So let me write it here only. This is 450 minus 12.5 divided by this is 10.5. So now if you check this value, this is 450, this is 450.5, this is divided by, so so this is equal to, you can say this is 4 450 minus 12.5 divided by this is 41.67, I'll write. This is the meter, this is meters per minute, okay? So meters per minute because time is in minute and distance is in meter. So this is the minimum speed. Now, so what is the minimum distance traveled? This is what is the speed, minimum speed? You can see this is 41.67. And what is the time taken? Time taken is 1 hour. So 1 hour, that is 60 minutes, right? So what is the answer? This is 41.67 multiplied with 60, which is equal to, this is 2500. 2500. And what is this unit? This is meter. So that is the answer for this question. I hope this is clear. So they have given these two nearest values. Okay, this is called nearest value. These are called accuracies. This is accurate to nearest meter minute, and this is nearest meter. So how to find upper bound and lower bound? So you can easily see this is correct to 25 meter, nearest 25 meter. So this is add 25 by 2, subtract 25 by 2 for upper and lower bound. And this is to nearest minute. So 1 minute by 2, that is zero point 0.5. So zero point 0.5 add and subtract to get upper bound and lower bound. Accordingly, you can write the answer. Okay. So I hope this question is also clear. Okay. So now let's move to the next question. The box contains 3 blue pens and 15 red pens. Mia picks a pen from the box at random. Find the probability she picks a red pen. So this one is easy. What is the probability she picks a red pen? What is the number of red pens? 5 and total is 8. This is 5 by 8. So this is first part is easy. Right? Now the second part. Mia puts the pen into the box. She then picks a pen at random and replaces it. Okay. And replaces it and then picks a second pen at random. Complete the tree diagram. So how many are red? Three blue, five red. So three blue, five red. So let's complete this. Three red, three blue, five red pens. Initially there are three blue and five red. Okay. Now Mia puts back into the okay. She then picks pen at random and replaces it. Okay. So what is the probability she picks the first pen as blue? So this is 3 divided by 8. Right? What is the probability that she picks a red pen? This is 5 divided by 8. Now, after picking the first pen, she replaces it. That means there is no change because ultimately she is taking a pen, blue pen, she is again replacing it before picking the second pen. Okay, so nothing is changing. So basically, blue pens are what? 3 out of 8, and this is how many red pens are there? 5. This is 5 divided by 8. So again, you can see this is blue pens, this is 3 by 8, and what is the probability of drawing a red pen? This is 5 by 8. So this is how you can write the probabilities. Now, find the probability that Mia picks two pens that have same color. So what is the probability that she is picking same color? You can clearly see in the uh, diagram also that what is the probability of drawing red and red. So you can see what is the probability of Mia picking two pens having same color. So the same colors blue blue. So what is the probability of drawing blue and blue plus probability of drawing red and red color. So what is the probability? You can see this is 3 by 8 into 3 by 8 plus why we are multiplying, because these are independent events. Okay. So what is the probability of drawing red and red? This is 5 by 8 multiplied with 5 by 8. So this is 9 plus this is 25 upon 64. Right. So this is 34 upon 64. So what is the answer? This is, if I cancel 2, that is 17 upon 32. So this is the answer for this. So 17 upon 32 is the correct answer. Okay. I hope this part is also clear. Now the second. Mia now picks 3 of the 8 pens in the box at random without replacement. Find the probability that she picks 2 blue pens and 1 red pen. Okay. So now Mia now picks 3 of the 8 pens in the box at random without replacement. Find the probability that she picks 2 blue and 1 red. Okay. So if she is picking 2 blue and 1 red, so this is first, let's say red, sorry, blue and red. This can be one case. Another case can be blue, red, blue, or another case can be, that is, first she picks red, then blue, and then blue. Now she is picking 3 out of 8. Okay. Now see, without replacement. So what we can do is, what is the probability that the first is blue? So how many are there? How many again? There are how many? That is 3 blue and 5 red. 3 blue and 5 red. 3 blue, let me write 3 blue and 5 red. Okay. So now see, what is the, now she is not, you can say she is not replacing. This is without replacement. So let's start. What is the probability of first blue? So let's say if I take first blue, what is the probability? This is 3 by 8. Right? Now she is not replacing it. So what is the number of blue pens in the box now? So there will be 2 out of 7, because this is without replacement. And the third one is red. So red is not changing. This is 5 by, you can say 6. Plus, what is the probability of first blue? So that is 3 by 8. Second red, this is 5 by 7. And third, you can see blue. What is this? How many are blue? 2 out of 6. Because this is without replacement. So in the first, we draw a blue. So that is, one blue is taken out. Okay. Plus, what is the probability of drawing red in the first place? In the first place, what is the probability of red? This is 5 by 8 multiplied with, what is the probability of drawing second as blue? So this is 3 by 6, 7, and 2 by, you can say, 6. I hope this is clear. So now you can just see this is 8 into 7 into 6. In the denominator, everything is same. We'll just add this. This is 6 into 5, 30 plus 30 plus 30. Right? So this is 30, 30, 60, 90. Divide by, this is 8 into 7 into 6. So you can cancel this common factors also. So I can cancel 15, right? So that is 15 upon 56. So that is the probability. 15 upon 56 is the correct answer. This is how we can solve this question. I hope this is also clear. So what we are trying to do is, we are just writing the cases that how she can pick 2 blue and 1 red pen. Okay. So that is how we can easily solve this. Now let's move to the next question. Now this is on the trigonometry. Question is, the diagram shows a field ABCD, a straight path AC goes across the field. Show that AC is 128 meter correct to nearest distance, nearest meter. Okay. So what you can do is you have to just find the distance. You have to just find the distance AC. Now you can clearly see in this triangle, in triangle ADC, we know two sides and angle between them. So I can easily apply the cosine rule. Now, how can you apply the cosine rule? You can see AC square is equal to this AD square plus CD square. You can see these are the this 106 is made up of AD and DC. So write the adjacent side, that is AD square and CD square, minus 2 AD into DC. AD into DC into cos. This is 106 degree. Now we know all these values. You can see AD square is 420. It is 420 square. This is 830 square minus 2 AD. That is 420 into 830. 830 into cos 106 degrees. And this is AC square. So now just substitute the values in the calculator and get this value AC. If you solve this, I'll write the value. This is, you will find this is 1028.3 meters after taking the square root. You can just check the calculations. Okay. Now, this is if you take this. Now, they are saying this is, you have to write the correct meter, nearest meter. So, what is this? This is 1028 meters. Okay. So, this is how you can answer this question. This one is easy. So now the next question, next part of this question. So that is angle ACB is obtuse angle. Angle ACB is obtuse. That is this angle is obtuse. Let's say this is X. We have to calculate ACB. Now we have in the first part, we can see we have calculated this. This is 1028.3 meters. Correct. Now they're asking you to write this angle. Now in this triangle, you can clearly see we know this angle and side opposite to it. We have to find this angle and we know the side opposite to this angle. This angle. So I can easily apply sine rule. So if I apply sine rule, you can see this is side 1028.3 upon sine 62 degree is equal to 1150 divided by sine x. Side opposite angle. Side opposite angle. The side opposite to angle this, side opposite to angle this. Okay. So this is how we can apply. And now let's solve this equation. So what is this? This is sine x is equal to cross multiply 1150 into sine 62 degree divide by 1028.3. So x will be sine inverse of 1150 into sine 62 degree divided by 1028.3. Now again you can use calculator and see. You will find this is 81.02 degrees. Now, if this is 81.2 degrees, you can see here, what you can do is, this is, now they are asking you to write the obtuse angle. Now, we know for sine, we know that for sine, sine x and sine 180 degree minus x are same. The values of sine x and sine 180 degree minus x are same. It is an important property which you should know. If x is 181.002 degrees, what is the other value? We can see x will be equal to 180 minus 81.0. 81.0. So that will give you the answer because we have to write the obtuse angle. So that is why this answer is not acceptable. If they ask you to write the angle ACB, then you should write two answers. That is, one answer is 81.02 degree and other answer is 180 minus 81.02 degree, and you can check this is equal to 99.0898 degrees. So this is the final answer, that is 99.98 degrees. So this is very important point for a sine rule. Whenever you are calculating using sine rule, you'll get two values of x. If they ask you to write acute angle, then you write this answer. If they ask you to write obtuse angle, then write this answer. If they don't ask you to write acute or obtuse, they don't mention it, then you can write both the answer will be correct answers. Okay. So this is how you can solve this question. Now the next part is the part of the field. The triangle ACD is sold for $41,500. Calculate the cost of 1 hectare of this part of the field. Give your answer to nearest dollar. Okay. So the part of the field triangle ACD. Triangle ACD. This ACD. ACD. Okay, this triangle. This is you are saying is sold for dollar 41,500. Calculate the cost of 1 hectare, okay, of this field. So you can see this is 1 hectare is 10,000 meter square. And what is the area of this? So you can see how can you easily calculate the area of triangle ADC. This is you can see this is equal to half. We know what is the area of a triangle, that is two sides and angle between them, sine of that. So that is 420 into 830 into sine 106 degrees. That is meter square. What is the area of this? So let's first calculate this. So if you check this, this is 420 divided by 2 into 830 multiplied with sine of 106. So this is, we can see, okay, so I'll just write it here. That is the area is equal to 165, sorry, 167,547.9136 meter square. This is the area. Now, this is if I write this in hectare, okay. So what is the area in hectare? Because it is given that 1 hectare is 10,000 meter square. So you can see this is 167,547.9136 divided by, you can see 10,000. Why I'm dividing by 10,000? Because I have to convert this into hectare. So this is this many squares. Okay. 10,000 meter square is 1 hectare. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 16.75479136 hectare. Why I'm writing like this? Because see, ultimately you have to calculate the answer to correct nearest dollar. So you have to write that thing to nearest value. So that is why I'm just trying to make it accurate. Okay. So this is the area. Now this is sold for 41,500. So what is this? This is sold for dollar 41500. Correct? This is sold for this many dollars. So now 4,000, 41,500. 41,500. Now the question is, what is the price of 1 hectare? So 1 hectare will be equal to 41500 on 16.75479. I hope this will not make any error. So this will be, you can see 41500 divided by 16.75479136. I'm just trying to be very accurate in this because a minute decimal can change the answer. Okay, so this is 2476.903. So this is uh, uh, in dollar. Okay, so now they are asking you to write the answer to nearest dollar. So what is the nearest dollar? You can say the answer will be equal to dollar 2477. Right? So I hope this is the correct answer. Let's check the answer key. So this is 2477 is the correct answer. Okay, so this is how you can easily calculate. So what I have done is You can see we have calculated the total area. Now, what is the area in hectares? So they have mentioned the unit conversion. Using this conversion, I converted the area to hectare. Now, the price of this many hectares they have sold for 41,500. So this is for these many hectares. So what is the price of 1 hectare they're asking you? That is this divided by 16.75. So found that is a check. Okay. So now let's move to the next question. Now this is the question we are leaving because this is a topic which is removed from the syllabus, that is linear programming. So let's move to the next question. Now this one you can easily solve. This one is a functions question, which can be easily solved. So the first part is, I'll quickly solve this. Find the value of x for which gx is equal to 20. So you can see x square minus 16 is equal to 20. 20, that is x square equal to 36. You can check the calculation. X is equal to plus minus 6. So answer will be 6 or minus 6. Right. Find f inverse x. So we have y is equal to fx, which is equal to 7 minus 3x. Now to find the inverse, interchange x and y. So what is this? X is equal to 7 minus 3y. Now find y in terms of x. So you can see this is x minus 7 equal to, or you can arrange like this. You can see this is make y the subject. So this is 3y is equal to 7 minus x. So what is y? This is 7 minus x upon 3. So what is f inverse x? 7 minus x divided by 3. So let's check the answers also. 7 minus x divided by 3. Now they are asking you to write the g composite g of fx plus 1. Now what is this g of fx? In the function gx, we will put fx function. So g of fx plus 1. So this is, in gx function, we will put fx like this. So this is 7 minus 3x the whole square minus 16. That is g of fx, right? I'll put this in this. And we have to add plus 1 also. This is plus 1, they have mentioned it. Okay. So now write the answer in simplest form. So I'll open this. We know this is equal to a minus b square is a squared minus 2a into b, and this is b squared minus 16 plus 1 is minus 15. Right? So this is 49 minus 42x plus 9x squared minus 15. So what is the answer? This is 9x squared minus 42x, and this is plus 49 minus 15. This is 34. So this is the graph. This is the function. This is the question g of fx. So you can check the answers. So this is 9x squared minus 42x plus 34. That is the correct answer. Okay. Now, the question is, sketch the graph of y equal to gx. So y equal to gx is x square minus 16, x square minus 16. This is y is equal to x square minus 16. You have to draw this graph. And to draw the graph of x square minus 16, first thing is this is the quadratic. So this will be a parabola like this, which is of mount value curve, because the coefficient of a, that is a is positive, coefficient of x square is positive, right? And you can clearly see what are the intercepts. So this is y is equal to 0 when x square minus 16 is 0, or you can say x square equal to 16 or x equal to plus minus 4. So what are the x intercept? 4 comma 0 and minus 4 comma 0. What is the y-intercept? You can see x equal to 0. So this is y equal to 0 minus 16. So that is y equal to minus 16. So what is the y-intercept? 0 comma minus 16. So that is somewhere here like this. This is negative 16, 0 comma minus 16. So the graph uh, of this will be, just try to draw a sketch like this. This is a parabola which will be a You can say like this. This will be the turning point. You can check the turning point also. So this is how we can draw this graph. Right. Next part. The equation of tangent to this graph y equal to gx when x equal to minus 3. Okay. So what is the function gx? You can see gx function is x square minus 16. So this is y is equal to x square minus 16, and they're asking you to write the tangent at x equal to minus 3. Now what is the point? Let's first find the point. This is the graph. Okay. At x equal to minus 3, let's say this is minus 3. At x equal to minus 3, you have to draw the tangent like this. So we have to find the coordinate of that point. So if I put x equal to minus 3, this is negative 3. This will become 9 minus 16. 9, y will become at x equal to minus 3, y will be equal to 9 minus 16. So this is minus 7, right? So this is minus 3 comma minus 7. So this is negative 7. So you have to find the tangent at minus 3 comma minus 7. Now how to write the equation of tangent? For writing this equation of tangent, you have to first find the gradient. Now how to find the gradient? We know gradient is given by the differentiation dy by dx. That is the gradient function. What is the differentiation of this? What is the differentiation of x raised to n? X raised to n differentiation is n x raised to n minus 1. So this is 2 x raised to 2 minus 1, which is 1. And the differentiation of constant is 0. So this is the derivative differentiation is x. At which point you have to find the differentiation that x equal to minus 3. So dy by dx is equal to minus 6. If I put x equal to minus 3, this will become minus 6. So the gradient is equal to minus 6. The gradient of tangent is equal to minus 6. So what is the equation of tangent? Equation of tangent will be y equal to mx plus c, right? Now how will you get the value of c? Because we are drawing the tangent at minus 3 comma minus 7. Obviously minus 3 comma minus 7 has to lie on this. So that is minus 3 comma minus 7 will satisfy this equation. So I'll just substitute this minus 3 comma minus 7 in this equation. So this will become minus 7. This is minus 6 minus 3. So this will become minus 3 plus c. So this is negative 7 equal to 18 plus c. Minus 6 into minus 3 is 18. So what is c? This is minus 7 minus 18. This is minus 20. So what is this? Equation of tangent y equal to mx plus c. C is negative 25. So that is the answer for this question. So let's check the answer, which is minus 6x minus 25. That is the answer for this question. I hope this is also clear. Whenever you have to find the tangent of the curve, you have to just write what is the gradient and what is the y-intercept. Okay. Now, next part of the question. This is x is equal to 3 raised to x. On the axis, sketch the graph of this function. Now, we know this is an exponential function. Now, to draw the exponential function, we know everything is based on this base a. Now, here the base a raised to x. A is greater than 1. If you have base greater than 1, the graph is like this. And what is this point? If x equal to 0, you can see at x equal to 0, what is the value? 3 raised to 0, which is 1. So this is crossing 0, comma 1. Basically, the y-intercept of this is 0, comma 1. So this is the graph of a raised to x when a is greater than 1. This one is, you can directly write down the asymptote of the graph hx. You can see this is the graph hx. What is the asymptote? This graph you can clearly see is approaching x-axis. You can see this is approaching x-axis, right? This is like this. This is trying to touch it. So this is the asymptote, and we know x-axis is the asymptote. So what is the equation of asymptote? X-axis. What is the equation of x-axis? Equation of x-axis is y is equal to 0. So what is the answer for this? This is y is equal to 0. I hope this is also clear, right? So this is how you can easily answer this. Okay. The next question here is on the volume and surface area. So question is ABCD is a solid cuboid. You can see here sides are given to you, and it is mentioned that AB, BC, and CG. Okay, work out the volume. So that part is easy. You can see what is the volume of the cuboid. This is length into breadth into height. So let me change it. And this is length into width into height. Now you can just check this. This is 5 1360. This is 1360 centimeter cube. So this is the first part, which is very easy. Work out the total surface area of the cuboid. So this is, you can see 2 times just 10 into 8 plus 8 into 17 plus this is 17 into 10, right? So write the area of each surface and area of each rectangle basically. So this is what is the value. So this is, you can check this answer. This is 10 into 8, 8 into 17, 17 into 10. And you will find, you can just check the calculation. This is easy. So this is 1772 centimeter square. That is the, you can say, the surface area. Okay. Now, calculate the angle between GA and base ABCD. Okay. So now GA, this is GA and base ABCD. You have to calculate the angle between these two. So you can clearly see this. If I join this and this angle is 90 degree. Okay. This angle, this angle is 90 degree. Right? You can just imagine the three dimension. Now, if this is 8, this is 10. We can see here, this is what is AC. AC is under root of 10 square plus 8 square. So that is AC. So that AC, you know. Now you have to calculate the angle between this plane and this AG. That means you have to calculate this angle. Let's say this angle is theta. So I can easily say this is 17 and I have already found AC. So what is tan theta? Tan theta is equal to 17, that is this opposite side, and this is the adjacent side. This is equal to AC. What is AC? Under root of, you can just simplify this, 164, right? This is 164. So what is theta? Tan inverse of 17 by root 164. So now let's check the value. This is an inverse of 17 by root 164. So that is, you can say 53 degree. That is the answer for this. You can easily solve this question. This is 53 degrees. Okay. So now you can just check the calculation. This value is equal to 53 degrees. Okay. So this one is easy. Again, you see how to calculate the angle in 3 dimension. Right. Okay. The next part of this question, a straight rod PQ is placed inside the cuboid. You can see this is the cuboid, which is, sorry, a rod PQ is placed inside it. One end of P is placed at midpoint of P. Okay, this is the midpoint. So that is, these two are equal. Okay, so this is 5 centimeter. And this is also 5 centimeter. Right. Hmm. One end of the rod, okay, and other end of the rod Q rest on CH such that HQ is to Q, HQ is to QG is 4 is to 1. This ratio is 4 is to 1. Okay, so this is not the midpoint, right? That is in point. Calculate the length of PQ. Now in this diagram, we have to find the length of PQ. That is this length. Okay, so first thing is, if this is 10, obviously this is also 10. So this is 10. So what is HQ? HQ will be equal to 4/5 of 10, which is equal to 8. So this length is 8 centimeter and this length is 2 centimeters, right? This is 5 centimeter and this is also this 5 centimeter because this is the midpoint and this is ratio is given. Now, if you have to calculate PQ, first thing what you can do is, let's say if I draw perpendicular from here, this is perpendicular, and if I draw perpendicular like this, if I join like this is 17. This length is 17 centimeter, right? This is 17 centimeters. But we don't know this length. And I cannot say this is equal to 8 because this is not parallel to this, because this is not midpoint. Now, if I want to find this length, how can we find this length? Because in that case, if you find this, I can apply the Pythagoras, because this angle will definitely be 90 degrees. But for this, you need to have this length. Now, how can you find length of this? Uh, okay, so this is 8, this is 2. And if I draw, okay, let's do like this. If I draw a line which is parallel to this, like this, okay, and join like this. So you can clearly see this length will become 8. This length, I hope you can see, this is 8. This length, because this is parallel to this, that is why this is 8. This length is 8. And this length, you can see what is this. This was total 5. And this, you can see, this is 2. So this will also be 2. So this is 3, right? So if this is 8, this length is 8, this length is 3. Now obviously this angle is 90 degree again, because this is parallel. So if this is parallel to this is perpendicular to this line, because this angle is also 90 degree. So I can again say this is 8 square plus 3 square is this length. Okay. So let's say if I say this point is PQR, let's say this is R. So this is RP is basically under root of 8 square plus 3 square. I hope this is clear, because this is a right angle triangle. I'm applying the Pythagoras. So this is RP. Now, if this is RP, you can easily find PQ. What is PQ under root of? You can see this is square, because this angle is 90 degree again. So this is PR square. PR square plus, what is this? QR square. QR square. So now I think you can easily solve this. What is PR square? What is PR? This is PR. So this is 8 square plus 3 square plus, what is QR square? What is QR? This is QR. That is 17. So this is 17 square. That is our PQ. So with this, you can easily calculate. So this is square root of 64 plus 9 plus. So this is, we can see 19.0. That is, this is 19.02 or 03. What is the unit? Centimeter. So what is the answer? Let's check the answer. Yeah. So that is the correct answer for this one. Okay. I hope this is clear. You have to just understand the geometry here. So how we have calculated the lengths here. Okay. You can just go through this in a slow motion. So now moving to the next question. The rectangle has area 190 centimeter square. By forming and solving the equation, show that this is 8.5. We can see what is the area of this. This is x plus 1 multiplied with 2x plus 3. And this is given as 190. So let's solve this equation. So let's open this, x into 2x. 2x square plus x into 3. 3x plus 1 into 2x. This is 2x plus, this is 1 into 3 is 3. This is equal to 190. So this is 2x square plus 5x. And this is 1, 3 minus 190. This is minus 187 equal to 0. So this is the first part. Now, you have to solve this equation. So what you can do is you can apply the factorization method, or you can apply the formula also, because they have not mentioned anything here. So you can see, if you solve this, this is 190. X is equal to, you can apply the formula, minus b plus or minus b square, that is 5 square, minus 4ac, that is minus 187. So this will become plus 187 upon into 2. That will be the x values. So if you solve this, let's see. So you will find this will be equal to 17 by 2 by taking one sign, and other value will be minus 11. But you can check the calculation. Okay. So x cannot be negative. Why x cannot be negative here? Because if x is negative, you will see this side is negative, this side is negative, and side cannot be negative. So what is the value of x? X is equal to 17 by 2, which is 8.5 centimeters. Okay. So that is x is equal to 8.5. That is the first part. Okay. This one is easy. Work out the perimeter of the triangle, of the rectangle. So what is the perimeter? You can see this is perimeter is equal to 2x plus 3 plus x plus 1. 2x plus 3 plus x plus 1. So what is perimeter? X plus 1 plus 2x plus 3, and this we will double. So I'll just double this expression. So this is okay. So what is x plus 1, 2x plus 3? This is x plus 2x is 3x, and this is 4. And now what is the perimeter? This is double of this, right? So 2 times 3x plus 4. So perimeter is 2 times 3x plus 4, and we know x is 8.5. You can see 2x 3x plus 4. So x is 8.5. So this is 2 times 3 into 8.5 plus 4. So now again you can easily check this calculation. You will find this is equal to uh, okay, this is equal to 59 centimeters. Okay, so that is the answer for this. Now the next part, next question. Okay, next part of the same question. The diagram shows a sector OAB with center O and chord AB. This is chord AB. The shaded area is 30. That is, this is 30 centimeter square. Show that the radius R is 23.7. Okay. So this is given. You have to find the radius that is equal to 23.7. You have to show this. Okay. So now, how will you find the radius? So in this, you have to. This is given that this area is 30. So how can you use this? You can see here. This is R. This is also R centimeters. Right. Now, how will you write the area of this? This is, you can say this area is equal to, what is the area of the total sector? You can see this is the sector. And I can easily write the area of this complete sector. We know this is equal to theta upon 360 degree into pi r square. That is the area of this sector. Now, in this, from this sector, I will subtract. And what is theta here? This is equal to 50. So this is, I write 50 is upon 360 into pi r square minus. Now from this area, if I subtract the area of this triangle, you can see if this triangle, if I subtract this triangle, so what is the area of this triangle? I can easily write the area of this triangle because we know these are the two sides and angle between them is 50 degrees. So this is half r square sine 50 degrees. So this is the expression. Now we will just solve this, which is, you can easily solve this, 0 and cancels. 30 is equal to 5 by 36 minus 1 by 2 sine 50 degree, and this is into r square. Now again you can check the calculations. You will find r will be equal to you can say this is, I'll just write the value. This is 23.72. You will find 23.72, right? And you have to write to correct decimal, one decimal. So this is r equal to 23.7. That is how we can easily show this. I hope this is clear. This part is easy, right? Now, what is the perimeter of the shaded segment? So you have to calculate the perimeter of this shaded segment. That means you have to calculate the perimeter of this part only. Now to calculate the perimeter of this part, what we need? The length of side AB and the length of arc AB. Now how will you calculate the length of AB? So in this you can see, let me remove this. Yeah. So we have to first R we have calculated, this is 23.7. Okay. So now to calculate the length of AB, we know this is 23.7 centimeter. This is also 23.7 centimeter, and we know the angle between them. So in this triangle, you can apply the cosine rule and find the side AB. So let's apply the cosine rule. Let me get here only. This is AB will be equal to under root of, you can see this is AB is equal to AB. I have taken the square root also. This is R square plus R square, R square plus R square minus 2 R into R cos 50 degree. So this is under root of, we can say 2R square minus 2R square cos 50 degree, right? Now, this is the length of AB. Now, how will you calculate the arc AB? How will you calculate this arc? Now, to get the arc length, we know another, this is AB. Now, this is the first part. The second part is AB. What is the arc AB? Arc length AB will be equal to theta, that is 50 degree, upon 360 degree into 2 pi r. Now, you know the values of r, 23.7, substitute and just add the length of AB and arc of AB. If you just substitute this value, you will find, let me give you the answer for this. This is, if you add the values, final answer you will find will be equal to 40.8 centimeter. I hope you can easily do the calculation. What you can do is you can just put the value of r in this, that is 23.7, take the square root, simplify, put the value, add this, simplify. You will get the final answer as 40.8. So I am just doing the calculation for you. This is how you can approach the questions. Okay. My aim is to approach the question. How to approach this. Okay. So I think this completes your paper. Yeah. So this is the solution. We have completed the paper 2024 paper 580 October November session. Okay. So try to go through the solution slowly if you are not getting any question, and please do like this video. Okay. So that's it for this. Thank you. Bye.